Yeah. And for you, Hamish?
I just think it's a great watch. I mean, that's the show. The show
We're also very
is
attractive people.
yeah. It's a terrific binge.
Hi, Amy.
Jana.
Hi. Oh, how are you, Hamish?
Hi,
Thank
how
you.
are you?
Good, and you. Thank you so much for your time. It's a pleasure to be talking to you both and to talk about this series, very intense, that I like it a lot. So I want to know, what is your secret? No, just kidding. No, just kidding. So I would like to know, Amy, I'm going to start with you. What was about Harriet script that got your attention and wanted you to jump in this amazing series?
Well, as amazing as the script was to read, it was talking to Harriet actually, and also Bruna. Bruna had just done Big Little Lies, which I liked a lot. So I knew she was producing it, and I thought, okay, see, I liked. But talking to Harriet and how she sees the world and how she sees people and the complexity, she kind of has it all because she's really interested in behavior and character and all that yummy stuff, but she has this puzzle maker plot brain. So it's not just the characters, it's like she's fitted into this incredible unfolding plot. It was really talking to her and wanting to kind of be in her head for a while.
Yeah. And for you, Hamish?
Uh, yeah, it was. I mean, it was the part. It was the part. It was the writing. That was what got me so excited. Uh, and then talking to Harriet and just confirming, like, I'm not gonna have to be scary or creepy for scary and creepy's sake. The character is always gonna be grounded, trying to do the correct next move that would bring him towards redemption all the way along, at least in his mind. And and she was like, "Yeah, that's how I want to tell the story." And then she gave me a reading list of horrifying books. I had them in the trunk of my car for a little bit, but it was just like, you know, you go and pick up your kid at school and you open up the back to put the backpack in, and then there's Men Who Rape, and I don't know. Oh, God, they're horrifying. They're no, I've put them. They're in storage now.
In a lockbox.
Mm.
Yeah. Amy, your character, Mary, she's a mom and she still does not believe that her daughter is passed and or disappear or whatever. She's still alive on her. And but at the same time, she's doing everything that she can and even going on top of everybody to 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 really find her. How did you like create that balance of being not she's not evil but being like good and evil at the same time?
I mean, I took it step by step, honestly. So it's sort of like, with any human being, it's like, hey, you're going to do this when you're pushed to the limit. It's like, I would never do that, but it goes in increments. Mary's super warm and I once I clicked into a certain fabulous politician mode. Look at politicians. They can say anything. They can convince people to do things. So she's, rather than like, I'm mean and dark and it's like um, she's just very convincing. She's just a very charismatic, and she's also, I think before her daughter disappeared, her life was not nearly as interesting. She was not on television. She didn't dress fabulously, and she didn't have all these people, So that's like was a really sick realization of like, she's come into her own through this tragedy. Not bad nor good, but it's just her truth.
Yeah. And Hamish, your character John, he's very complex. Also, he's like trying to be the trying to be good, uh, showing that he changed. How did you? And sometimes I see that it's so good that the way that you portray him that you can see that inside he's not fully recover. You know what I mean? So how did you balance that?
Well, I think he sees Amy. He seems. I see Amy, but John sees Mary as like a sort of spiritual guide who's going to bring him out of the darkness of his past. Unfortunately, she wants him to use all the tools of the serial predator that brought him into such a terrible place. And I think it was just like really fun doing these scenes with the different people along the way who are hopefully leading him to Mary's daughter, where you're doing a scene where you're trying to get the information, you're trying to get something from someone, you're lying to them, but you're also kind of hoping that they call you on it. I don't know, that they see through it, that they stop you from going on the journey, from that someone's gonna see that he's really not telling the truth. And I think, and that was always fun to play. That thing about these serial predators who want to be caught at the same time. And want to be stopped.
So true. I think that all the characters want to be seen. They want to know the truth. They want to be seen, and they want to be forgiven. Right. So it's like, so that's the weird, awesome intimacy of Mary and John, which is like, he sees her in a way that nobody else has. And another great moment. I haven't watched all of them, but remember in 6 when we scream into the phone? It is the most intimate relationship. It is like a marriage. It's just like, you're driving me crazy because you are so close to me and I can't get away from you. I can't. Yeah. That's certainly, the guy Charles Esten, who plays my husband, is adorable, but she's got him wrapped around her finger. Like nobody else pushes back. Nobody else sees her except for this guy.
Yeah, and the terrible thing about Mary is that, she was supposed to be this saint, and then she's got as much of the dark that John is trying to escape inside of her. He discovers as it goes along. And they sort of become one creature instead of being two separate ones.
Yeah, very dependable relationship. Yes, I also want to talk about the relationship that Mary has with her son, which is like with Elliot. Is like he's there, like to supporting her all the way, but at the same time, I think he felt a little bit out of her life and some circumstances. How was like creating this relationship with Elliot and the actor and working with him?
So easy, just such a pleasure. So more, there's just all this love between them. And as working with him was so easy to tap into that. Yeah. I think that in a way, Teresa was always a bit of the star, you have more of the starry kid and then you have the less starry kid. So I think that, Elliot's character was always just like good guy, but Teresa was the star, and now she still is. She's the center of my life anyway. She's the center. And, I think that I realized that in a way. But just, I think what's cool is her disappearance amplified probably dynamics that were always there in the family, right? Which is like, she and I were sort of these shiny, high rev kind of people. And the son and the father were kind of more relaxed. And so it just sort of became more so.
Yeah. And Hamish, what was like the most challenge part for you? There is any particular part on the series that was really hard for you to do it?
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. Why not? The worst day, my character is running from his nature of being a sex offender, and the day when we actually shot the scene of my character finally succumbing to those horrible demons inside of him and sexually assaulting a woman. It was in the middle of a certain Supreme Court nomination, and yeah, so everyone was coming from watching Kavanaugh, and then we're shooting that scene, and it was really awful. I mean, all the scenes, actors who I would work with didn't have like the whole script or something, so they didn't know necessarily how dark the character was. I didn't really know until as the series went on, but yeah, it's you know, the more playful and friendly and haha or careful, or just tell me if any of this feels like you know, we're going to talk, if anything feels unsafe to you while we're doing this scene or whatever, just stop the scene, we'll do. It doesn't help, you know. You can do whatever, and you're just digging a deeper creepy hole. So but we tried our best, and it was you know, the reality of the character. You're sort of doing this, you're trying to be charming and trying to make a dynamic character, but then the reality really came in, and that was easily the hardest day.
And from your point of view, what was this really show about? You can start with Amy.
Well, and this is right from what Harriet says, you know, that everybody's got the villain in them and everybody's got the victim. Every one of these characters, you could see them as the victim and as the villain. I think that Lily's character sort of is the most central, because she can't remember, you know, so she herself doesn't know. But you know, Mary is victim and villain, and I think what comes of that is not only good storytelling and surprising storytelling, but a lot of humanity when you think about it, you know. And I think that we're kind of in this moment in our country where it's like, you know, pointing fingers and cancel culture, and when you say something wrong, you know, and there are really important things that are coming to light and rectifications that are happening. But I think that if we, you know, it's like my people are good, your people are bad, then it's just not true. And so I think Mary thinks of herself as an incredibly good person, you know, and a victim of this terrible thing. So we get to see her fall from that.
Yeah. And for you, Hamish?
I just think it's a great watch. I mean, that's the show. The show
We're
is
also very attractive people.
Yeah. It's a terrific binge. It is like it's a real page turner. If it were a book, that's what I would say. And you know, thank goodness television like this gets made during times like these, so we have something to do with ourselves. This is yeah, it's not going to be empty calories.
No.
Rich. Oh, it's a oh my good, it's a custard.
You can cut him off. You can cut him out. Hamish will just keep going, but it's really, he doesn't mind it either. He likes to be cut off.
That's awesome. I just want to thank you so much, you, Amy, Hamish, for your time. A lot of success always, and I hope everybody liked the Tell Me Your Secrets as much as I did. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
If you like this video, don't forget to comment, to like, and subscribe to our channel right here.